What is this? Oh, there it is.
Hi, I'm Samuel, and this is Duty. Have you signed up for the launch of There's an Alien in My Toilet on Kickstarter? I hope that you do. It's gonna be a hilarious ride. The link is in the summary. See you there.
What's up, George? What's going on in the House of Crazy tonight?
In the House of the Craze tonight, we have Mr. Stone Abdullah. He's promoting his Kickstarter, Journey of the Shadows, which is live right now on Kickstarter, and that's coming up next.
Let's get it.
We are the only show for independents all around, giving you a platform to spread your word all over town. Catch the Craze is the place to promote to your fans with the Dreamer, Medina, and Sam the Crazy Man. Subscribe to our show and never miss an episode. It's time to get your mans, listen to us on the go. Updated every week, we never miss a day. Join the squad, come on in. It's time to catch the Craze. If you are an independent, catch the Craze. Making moves on your own, catch the Craze. On your grind in the streets, catch the Craze. Join the movement, catch the Craze.
Yeah, George, we did it again. Come on now. Yeah, you want to do it. Catch the Craze. Welcome to Catch the Craze podcast. I'm your host with the most, Sam the Crazy Man Vera, and I am with
George, the Dreamer, Medina. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to another exciting episode of Catch the Craze. We are live once again. We have a Kickstarter special for you, and we have a returning guest.
Hola, hola, hey.
The man needs attention. I'm trying to do our intro. I'm trying to get everybody. You got to subscribe and all that other stuff. This kid is like, hola, hola, hey.
You gotta get with the beat, bro. This is a party.
Bro, people are waiting for us to get down to business.
Get down with the get down. What's up, Cody? Out for a Cody into his ass.
See, you haven't even hit.
You are listening to
Another Crazy has arrived.
There you go. What up, Cody? What up, Cody? Big shout out to Cody and the show that he's got right now on YouTube. If you guys want to check it out, Top Cody is on. I was on this show. Sammy's going to be on that show promoting There's an Alien in My Toilet. But let me just get through our intros here first, please.
Do it.
So today on the show, we have Stone Abdullah. He is a recurring guest. He was on episode number 245, for those of you who want to check that episode out. And if you do want to check old episodes, don't just, come in and bounce. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, hit that bell so you can get reminded when we have these live shows. And that way you can be, in the know for everything we're doing here on Catch the Craze. But yeah, so with that being said, what up, Sammy? What's going on, dog? How you doing?
What up? It's a party time, bro. Yo, I just want to give a shout out that we're at 540 subscribers right now. That is amazing. Yay! George forgot about that one.
Yeah, I totally did. I was waiting for the.
Let's see if I can mix it.
Yeah. One kid in the audience is yelling.
I can only afford one kid, bro.
I hear you, dog.
I pay minimum wage. I pay old school minimum wage. I was like, yo.
Ouch.
So yeah. So 540 subscribers. Thank you all for supporting Catch the Craze podcast. We actually are inching closer to episode 400. This is episode 379, bro. You were close. Yo, episode 400 is right around the corner. That is crazy.
Yo, when you think about like the episode numbers, like 379. So I just said, Stone Abdullah was on episode 245.
Yeah,
it is not episode 370. Like that's how fast it's gone. And I think he was on the show. It wasn't even that. Well, it was sometime last year, but
yeah,
geez, man, that's insane. Yeah, it was 10 months ago, almost a year. Not even
10 months would do over 100 shows, bro.
That's insane.
Who's putting out that kind of content other than Joe Rogan?
March 11th. He was on the show March 11th, as a matter of fact.
That's just
Damn.
cray, bro.
Wow.
Loco
Wow.
and the Coco. But yeah. That, and also, if you don't know, now you know, the launch party for There's an Alien in My Toilet. Bang!
Boom.
Is on the 15th, 7:45 p.m. right here on Catch the Craze TV. You want to join us? The party's gonna be fun. We have a special guest from Uranus. Yo,
Easy.
he's gonna pop off, baby. He's gonna pop off. But, oh shit, look at this.
That's right.
Hold
Issue
on.
number 1.
Hold on.
Another crazy has arrived.
Another crazy
Nita, what's going
one.
on?
House.
Stone is hilarious. He is hilarious.
Stone is on another level. I thought Duty was crazy.
I
Stone's
do,
on a whole
and
level.
not for that. Stone has that voice.
Yes.
He's got that voice.
Yes,
Just wait for it. He sounds like he's saying another crazy.
He's
has
got the
arrived.
drawers to the floor voice.
Yeah,
He
word.
walks to the room, the girl's like,
wait,
ah!
wait till he comes in. Word. I don't know if he sings, but if he sang, that
He's
dude.
like, you'll never find
Yeah.
another brother like me.
I'll tell you right now.
But So the party is gonna pop off on the 15th. So that's gonna be crazy. And there's a lot going on. Also, if you're an artist, and you want to show your best duty, man, and you want to get featured in the book, yo, all you have to do are 3 things, right? You're going to draw the duty, post it, and tag Catch the Craze saying I'm a dudester, and show us your best rendition of Duty from Uranus. And you can be featured in the comic book of There's an Alien in My Toilet, issue number 1. So get your pencils on, and let's get this party started, bro.
Sammy's a fan of the art contest. You're a big fan of the art contest. I hear you, dog. This is old school. That's what used to happen back in the days, right? When you used to be able to draw stuff and then be able to get, your stuff displayed, whether it was on TV or printed in a magazine or something like that. So yeah, it's bringing it back to the old school, because he's an old fool who's so cool. But anyway,
back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again.
That's right. All that stuff.
Just like, yo,
the beat came a little late, but you know what we're doing. But anyway, so that's dope. And listen, if you guys haven't signed up for the Kickstarter yet, please do so. The link is in the show notes. The link will be in the chat. There's an Alien in My Toilet is coming February 15th. The campaign goes live, and we need you to sign up. Tell them why they need to sign up, Sam. What's the deal with the sign up?
The dealio. What the dealio? Hold on. Link in the chat. Here's the link. Bang, bang. So you want to sign up, because this is unlike any other. Number 1, the book is remastered, right? And so it's a new remastering. Number 2, you got some amazing variant covers and an homage cover to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 30. You have some surprise stuff. Hold on.
Let them know.
Another crazy has arrived.
What's up, Daphne?
Daphne, what up?
Time to get the pencils and crayons out.
All right.
There's some surprises, and I'm not going to say right now, but you want to be there. This is going to be a live launch party like none other. We have a special guest from Uranus. We have some amazing, cool stuff, and some things that I will be unveiling on the show. It's going to be a night to remember. Get those cameras out. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet some celebrities. It's going to be crazy.
Meet some celebrities. Damn. Wow. That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely stop by, because I can't wait to see these speaking celebrities. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, no. Sam's planning a very special event, so make sure you show up. It's going to be at 7:45 p.m. on the 15th. So that's next week. That's next week. Yeah, next week.
The day after Valentine's Day.
That's right.
So you get to go and be, do your thing with your loved ones and whatever, or the girl that you're in love with, or the guy that you're in love with. It's like, is he going to bring me flowers? You don't bring me flowers anymore, right? You're going to do your thing, and then the next day you're going to be ready to pop off with Duty, because Duty does what Duty does, and it's going to be amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
It's gonna be, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yes.
You guys are gonna have a good time, and hopefully we're able to It's picture pages. I'm old school. No, it's it's gonna be great. Hopefully by the end of the night we would have funded the campaign. So
Yeah.
we're working towards that, and there's gonna be a lot of fun stuff. There's
And
gonna be
it's
a
a
lot.
short campaign. It's 21 days. It's not.
Right,
It's not a whole
right.
month.
What's the you got a 48-hour bundle, right? Not just a 24
Yes,
hour.
I have a special. I have two special 48-hour bundles. So those are really good deals because if you compare it to the actual tiers, you're saving a significant amount of money. So those bundles, hopefully, they'll fly. So that's going to be hot. And there's just a lot of stuff that's going to be if you join at 7:45, you might get a sneak peek of what's in there. So when we hit the button at 8 o'clock, you'll have an idea of some of the things. But it's going to be fun. Again, like I said, I'm under a confidentiality clause. I can't talk about who the special guest is going to be. I value my life. This is very sensitive, and so I'm not going to spill the beans.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a night to remember.
Yeah, you don't want to cross that person, Sam.
No.
I fear for
No.
you. I fear for
No.
you who do. And I don't
feel
know.
for you.
I know nothing. No,
I think
no,
I
sir.
love you. Remember that song?
No sé nada. So I don't remember. I don't know anything. Don't give me any more information than you've already given me because you've already put me in danger. So
Yes, danger.
people already know where I live. Like
You're on the floor.
you just be spilling the beans. So I don't need you to.
I don't need beans anymore, bro. It's not good for the what is it? The ozone layer, bro.
Interesting.
Me and Bichuelas, no bueno.
Bichuelas or habichuelas?
Habichuelas.
Same thing. It's like the tussin, not Robitussin. It's just tussin.
If you're from the block, it's Bichuelas.
Word.
If you're talking to Abuelita, it's habichuelas.
I don't know which block you from.
On that block. You're on that block. I'm on
That block. I hear you, dog. I hear you. But yeah, so sign up and get ready for the launch. The
I'm excited about
on
this
February 15th. It's
Shout
gonna be a
Big
good
up
time.
to the 80 people who signed up.
Yeah, man.
That's a record for us little guys.
20 away, baby.
The most we've had was 58 backers. So just to have 80 people sign up, that's huge.
Yeah. So it's as big as that. It's as big as that kid yelling "yay!" It's huge. It's huge. It is huge. Yeah, no, good stuff, man. Good stuff. And then so the campaign's gonna be for 21 days. So it ends March 8th, I believe,
Yes.
right? It ends up at March 8th.
Yes.
So definitely come on, check it out. And yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time, brother. We're gonna have a good time. So like we always do about this time. So
yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. I'm excited drawing it every night. I draw a different character that I post up the next day. If you've seen it, there's been what is it? A Pharaoh duty. There's been a SWAT duty.
yeah.
There's been so many. I did a Cad Bane duty. A lot of different ones. So here's your opportunity to show us your version of duty. And so I've laid the gauntlet down. You've seen all. Duty's the ultimate cosplayer, bro.
He is.
Nobody does it like Duty, bro.
He is. He's been dressing up since 05, man.
Yes.
05. I mean,
He likes his clothes.
When you look, I mean, you probably won't get to see his first cosplay in this. I don't think he turns cosplay in this issue.
Hold on.
What you got?
Another crazy has arrived.
Gilbert.
What's up, Gilly? What about Long Duty?
What
up? Yo, Gilly, you got problems. You got problems.
Bro, you crazy. Long duties are the worst.
Yo, stop looking. So it's like
they're the worst, bro.
What do you mean?
See, now I'm not even talking about what you're talking about. Like this is a family show.
True story. My dog went out there, did a plop, right, and it looked like a missile launch. Like when you look at NASA, they're ready to go. It was just like straight up. It was like I was like, really? I was like, what? You roll? He's like you were squatting, and then your butt just got higher and higher and higher because it just rose. It was just straight up.
He was levitating.
Yes.
Yeah, you got special. Your dogs. You got some special dogs, bro. You really have some special.
Right now, they are conspiring to break through the fence. They've been breaking through every fence that I put at the bottom of the stairs, and to get up to my office. They think this is their clubhouse. So right now, I have them locked in, and they're trying to break through. They all tug and pull and heave and hoe. They're crazy. Which is why I drink.
I see. That's what's up. No, yeah, no. I'm just looking at the original before the
Yes.
remastered version of the book, which is going to be available in this campaign. This is the old
Yeah.
school version, but
Yeah.
we're doing something special with the
Something
book.
special. Yeah, we're in the
Yeah.
lab, just cooking up something hot.
Cooking,
George
cooking,
Medina is bringing out
cooking.
all the guns with the
Cooking.
lettering. You know, he's
Yeah, we're gonna
popping
do
it
some
up.
different stuff. Yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool. I love, and this is the part of creating your own book that's fun, right? Because you can just create. You can be creative. You can do whatever you want. You know,
Yes.
there's nothing that's holding you back. And so this is the fun part. This is the fun part.
Uh-oh,
Just
hold
creating
on,
stuff.
hold on. I see another one.
Uh-oh.
Another crazy has arrived.
What up,
What's
Pops?
up, Pops into his house?
Oh, shoot. Well,
Yes.
so what's he advertising over here? What do you say?
Did you need a spot spam? What's up? Sign up for CromCon 22. Live spots are going fast. Oh, that's what you
Ooh,
sent me. I
that's
didn't
what he said.
understand, Pops.
Yeah.
You know, Pops. You know, I know that you're like what is it? Shorthand. He speaks like in like cryptic messages. He sent me this link, and I was like, what is this? I didn't understand what it was. I got it now, Pops. I hear you. I see you. I will be signing up.
There you go.
Yes, I do need a spot. I will sign up. Yes. I want to get on CropCom and get Duty out there. But yeah, I do see that our guest is in the waiting room, and you know, this guy needs no introduction, bro. No needs no introduction. This guy is on a whole nother level. He has more energy than everybody in this podcast and in the chats combined. You know, the guy. He's a musician. He's a rock star. He's an author. He's a creator, right? He's a motivator. He's doing it all, bro. So we're going to bring in the Stone Man right now. We're not even going to cut to commercial break. We're going to run the house with Stone Abdullah.
Look at that, Stone.
To the stream.
There he is.
All day, every day.
There
One
he is.
bed, one pillowcase.
Kevin Hart. That was one of my best specials.
Yo, now I'm gonna have to deepen my voice because Stone, you're making me sound like an 8-year-old boy that hasn't got the puberty yet. With that
You're hitting second puberty. That's what's happening.
No, that voice, bro. That voice, yo. If I knew you in high school, I'd be like, yo, all you need to do is pick up the phone for me and talk to this girl for me, and I'll pretend it was me. And then
I'll be like,
I said,
I got you, bro. I got you, bro. I'm like, yo, what's up, girl? You know, 8 o'clock. You know, I mean, where you at? Like, oh, daddy. Oh man, I'll spot you guys later. Don't worry about that. If you want me to talk anything.
Thank you, Stone.
Shit.
So for everybody who just
welcome back.
For everybody who just joined us, we are here with Stone Abdullah on Catch the Craze. And yeah, like Sam said, welcome back, Stone. Thank you for coming back on the show, man. How you been? How's everything?
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, man, you know, stuff's been wild, stuff's been crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like we had like burning buildings, we had meteors and shit, and we were trying to like deflect them with our bare fists, and we did it. You know what I'm saying? I was just like,
that's
yo, get up on this.
You know? That's what I'm saying.
But on the other side of the fence, it's been man, it's been a humbling experience. Yeah. Like getting this whole journey, like you guys. Last time I saw you guys, like I had a different background. Like I kind of had the aesthetics going in, right?
Yes.
But now I'm going to step away from the mic a little bit. Like you see, there's a little different.
Yeah.
And I moved into a new place, and let me move my camera down. There we go, so you guys can see the ladies better. And yo, Pops in the house, and all of a sudden, man, 2021. I said we've got to do some. We got to do something different. You know what I'm talking about? I said, we got to hit this thing, hit the ground running. So it's Journey of the Shadow DBA. So now we're official. We're official business on Google. If you Google Journey of the Shadow, we have the blue check mark. Thank you. Shout out to whoever's over Google. We got out on socials, dude. But I say we because I'm looking at these characters, right? And they live in your head. So when you're walking down, kids at home, when you're walking down the cereal aisle, okay, and you're just trying to find your either Raisin Bran or Frosted Flakes, whatever, because we're older, all right? And then when you're sitting there, you say, okay, well, do I have money for the brand name, the Kellogg's, or do I get the great value? And then one of these voices pops in your head, right? And it says, well, you should probably get the great value. I'm just like, you know what? You're right, because it's a larger quantity. And I end up getting the great value. But the moral of the story is that these characters stick with you for years. So when I say we, they're like, who the like, who are you talking about, Stone? I'm like, I'm talking about them. Don't you see them? What the fuck are you talking about?
That is right, man. That is right. Hey, Gilbert Rodriguez just said your voice just made him grow a 2-foot beard. That's Gil right there. That's Gil. But Stone, so we know you. The last time you were here, I was telling everybody, it's episode 245. This was back in March of last year, right? That's when you were on last year. You've moved to a new place. But before we go into what's going on and what's happened then, tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your upbringing, your background story, so we can get right into what we want to talk about today.
Not a problem, my man. And it's always good to hang out with you guys because you guys are like family. Well, a little bit about yours truly a long time ago. Okay, because like 20-something odd years ago, so I had this, I don't know, intuition to try to start writing. Okay, because everybody, you know, as a kid, you look at the cartoons, you look at some shows, blah blah, and you know, growing up, we saw the Alfred Hitchcock stuff. We saw the Rod Serling stuff, like, you know, like some old school, like get your mouth watering, Wu-Tang type stuff, right? And Wu-Tang Clan, nothing to mess with, kids. Just remember that. And don't make me run down the names. I would do it. But it came to a point. It was me and the youngest of my 6 big sisters. Like we were always, she's like 13 months older than me. So happy birthday, sis, last month. So now I'm turning 35 in a couple of days. I'm like, oh, I got gray hairs and stuff. I work for these gray hairs. Thank you. All right.
There you go. Make it happen.
Sprinkle some respect on that. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Put some respect on my name.
No, my name, man. What it do? What? Back to the story. So then I said, well, you know what? Me and my sister, we always used to like be creative in things. Like she was the illustrator of the family. I don't know how it turned out. That's just how it turned out. And I was the writer, you know, of the family. So she would like scribble some stuff, and she made comics like when we were kids. And then we did like verbal skits and stuff like that. So when we got older and we started doing like what every middle schooler would do, you want to write a fan fiction about your favorite show or whatever. And it was fun for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, but then we got bored of it. We're like, man, we can write our own stuff. I'm like, why don't we just give that a shot? Right. So then I was like, you know what? Why not? So then as I gave it more thought, like in year 2000, yeah, old school. If kids born in 2003, this is going to shock you. In the year 2000, in like August or something, I had a dream about this lady back here. Where's my arm? There we go. I had a dream about this lady back here, but not really a lady. This is an extra dimensional being. But her name is Goddess Rosaria. And I don't know why I had a dream about her, but I woke up and I was in chills. I was like, who is this? Who's that lady? Who's that lady? Yeah. Ronald Isaac, right? So I was like, who the hell is this? And I agree, Daphne. Fan fiction is the real gateway drug outside of cocaine. So, but guys, like I said, it's a family oriented show. Stay in school.
Clean your nose.
Don't do the booger sugar. You know,
booger sugar, baby.
2 kilos, and like Slick Rick said, it's a hell of a drug.
You know, funny, until you said it, I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Booger sugar, I got it now.
Wait, you never knew that?
No, man. I'm gonna. There's quick draw McGraw. I'm like, what is it? Jupalong. Hey, Mr. Ricky James.
Oh,
snap!
But go ahead, Stone.
Yeah, man. So I had this dream. I was just like, people have got to know about this lady. And I don't know why she came to me in the dream, but I was like, there's a story behind it. I guess we better get to it. So, you know, while we're And my mom, my dad, they homeschooled us. Rest in peace, both of them. They homeschooled us. So like my old notebook, I still have it in my closet. I was like jotting down notes, like drafts, your initial drafts. And I was just like, okay, this is a character. All right, that's cool. But what's this main character? What's his objective? Maybe he's an extension of myself. And that's exactly who this guy is. As you see behind me, that's Commander Sumisu. And so things start to take fruition, but I didn't know where to go with it. So originally, the story was named Shadow's Journey. But I was like, it's a little empty. But I said, give it time. And then as time went on, I was like, I need to learn how to write. I said, that's where I'm stuck. Like I'm learning all the nice stuff about physics and mathematics and literature and all this other nice stuff. But I'm like, literary writing, how the hell do I do that? And I said, well, these shows that I watched, whatever they were, either it was a cartoon or anime or Rod Serling's Twilight Zone, I said, why don't we just mute it, turn on the closed captions, throw on your favorite record or CD. There used to be these things called CDs, kids, all right? And we had CD players. And then you used to put these CDs that are circular in the disc, in the player. And then music would play. I know it's on
music. Yeah,
music.
You mean you didn't have Spotify? You mean that wasn't around?
No, we didn't have to. This had time Alta Vista, okay, Netscape, AOL, GeoCities, bro, Angel Fire. Let's go, Lyco searching.
That's right.
Our
social networks were Mi Gente, Black Planet.
Black Planet. Hey, yo.
just a little history lesson. But guys,
it was a MySpace,
before Tom made it wholesome, we had the not so wholesome platform. So anyway, a little bit of history for you guys at home. Damn, guys, we got old. It just washed over me. I was just like, wow.
He went on a time capsule.
I know. I was like, are we going to use Lycos search engine right now? Before Ask Jeeves, we had Lycos. And then Yahoo bought out Lycos, if you guys want to know what happened to Lycos. It was the little black Labrador or whatever, and used to chase the tennis ball. Anyway, all right. So during that time, I said, well, let's shut the TV noise off, like, because you hear the voice actors and you see the screen and blah blah blah. And there's this saying that picture tells you 1,000 words. I was like, well, why don't we take that literally? I said, why don't we interpret the pictures we see into 1,000 words or more? So that was my intro into literary writing, right? Like a lot of times people will tell you, oh, you've got to read Asimov. Oh, you got to read this book. You've got to read that. We didn't have a whole lot of that because, my parents, they could only afford so many books to get us. So they got us the books we needed, like dictionaries and thesauruses. And it's like, there are these things kids call encyclopedias. And way back in the day, we had Britannica, New Book of Knowledge, Students Learning Library.
Love that stuff. I was addicted to that stuff.
Man, it was great. You could sit down from A to XYZ because they, compiled the last three letters of that. And I would sit there. I remember as a kid, I was reading stuff from T Tornado. M was like, I don't know, like Mastodon, because I was really interested in Mastodons. V for volcano. The volcanoes still scare the shit out of me, but I love volcanoes. But I was in H for hurricanes. So every time we got a new like science annual that was, it was associated with the encyclopedia subscription, then I would read whatever the nerds were doing, like in science. So it's just like this scientific interest was blossoming alongside my literary interest, which I didn't know at the time, which was a science fiction literary interest. Ooh, I didn't know that. So as I'm sitting there listening to like Fuel or Matchbox 20, or I'm listening to Jaheim or whatever, and I'm looking at the closed captions, and we have satellite TV where you can pause it, and then you pause the TV, and then there's a line that's on the screen of that particular scene. You can pause it when they're sad, when they're happy, when they're angry, or whatever. I was just like, oh, so that's what happy looks like, word form. Oh, that's what mad looks like, word form. And now I'm starting to understand how you write emotions through words. That's tough to do.
I
So
like
also,
how you link that. That's you know what's. I don't want to cut you off, but
go ahead. No, go ahead.
you brought up a fascinating point. At that age, the fact that you were able to link the two, it requires a specific
ambition, initiative, or
initiative, but commitment level,
commitment.
Understanding of self. So somehow you identified your purpose and and which allowed you to research. So how did you link those two together? Because that's fascinating to me that you were able to do that just by that.
During our I suppose it was all procedure wise in our homeschooling process, right? Because a lot of it was like supervised by my mom, rest in peace, Mom. And then Mom, she would give us the criteria of what we were going to study. And then we had a lot of research materials, AKA those books I mentioned. And so if Mom or Dad would give us an assignment, then we would go and we would research it. Before we had the internet, we had books. So then if you want to write an essay, then you would go to, if you're going to write about the Greek pantheon, maybe you had to go and pull out volume G about Greece, and maybe there'll be a paragraph or something about it. So with this self-learning, now you're training the child to go and do research. You're going to find information. So you're training their ability, their critical thinking ability. You're training their critical thinking ability to go out and seek information and see if they can put pieces of a puzzle together. And then what that's going to do is build their intuition to start to see and develop, how we say, qualitative spaces, quantitative spaces. This is a thing, geospatial recognition and cognition, all this other type of fancy stuff in psychology that you'll see with early childhood development, yada yada yada. But my parents, they weren't collegiate or whatever. They just walked the earth for a long time and learned the stuff. Then they just dumped it on us. I was like, okay, go, thank you guys. So it was to answer your question, I think it was just inherently a function of how we learned how to learn, if that makes sense.
Which is fascinating, because when you think about the majority, there's a big distraction, but that you were able to identify what you wanted to do, and you were able to link your passion with what you see as there's the destination. That's what I want to do. And just to freeze frame and link literature and performance together. That's fantastic.
Thank you. And I appreciate you. You guys humbled the crap out of me. You did last year. You always do. So I appreciate it. Hey, guys.
Grant?
We got another crazy in the house.
Grant. When he was shooting the when he was shooting the Velociraptors, and then Dr. Hammond was on the phone, he was like, Grant in Jurassic Park. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, I'm sorry. Not even sorry. So kids, go watch Jurassic Park. It's very. And then my man Malk, he was just like, that is one big pile of shit. I'm like, yeah. It was just 90s writing was just so good, man.
You didn't have to worry about being canceled. You just wrote because it was funny.
Just wrote, bro. It was great. So in that spirit of writing, of being fearless in your writing, right? It was like carried over because we went through the 90s as kids. And so that kind of, I don't know, thinking to foster, to be unafraid, to go ahead and have that ambition, just to put your ideas down first and not really care about whether or not somebody likes it. That's not the point. The point is that you understand the value of what you're doing. And that was principally reinforced by our parents. Again, I got to attribute it to them because they let us know that, being a person of color or a minority in this country, there's going to be a lot of adversities that you will face. They didn't sugarcoat a damn thing. I was just like, wow, really? So they reinforced the concept of you make sure that for whatever you learn, that is, no one else can take that from you. That's, you value that. You have that. No one can take that from you. And that was inherent with whatever we were producing, creatively or intellectually or whatever. It was a holistic understanding, right? So we took this and we said, you know what? I'm going to write. I don't know where I want to go with this story.
Right.
Okay. And I'm still learning how to write. I said, but I got an idea, and it's fascinating the living, freaking flipping out of me, because now more of these ladies started showing up out of nowhere. Who is Goddess Evelyn? I didn't know. I was like, but okay, there she is. I can't tell you guys the name on the show. I got to tell you after the campaign, but her name is Shadow Maiden. Okay, that's little sister, middle sister, big sister, right? So then I came up with this matriarchal, celestial entity system, because I was looking at matriarchal systems and old empires in Egypt and stuff like that. We had encyclopedias, so we learned about ancient history, and I learned about like you see all the artistic styles and stuff from all the different cultures and things, because people had asked me before, they said, well, where did you get the ideas for the the designs conceptually? I was like, man, just look at what the Japanese were doing. Look what the Chinese were doing. Look at what the Incans or the Mayans. I said, look at what the Celtics were doing. Everybody was doing something a long time ago. Everyone had a different artistic style to tell their history or their lore. Right. We were doing comic books on cave walls, for crying out loud. I said, we've been doing this for a long time. I said, it didn't take Voltron. Didn't necessarily take X-Men or Ronin Warriors or Thundercats, etc. Even though we saw these shows. Thundercats! It didn't take. I got you. It didn't take all that. But my point being is that we didn't have the internet. We watched Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and all that other type of stuff. But my goodness, at its atomic level, we were like reading all the stuff that people had already done. And that's fascinating enough, like the history of people. And so this broad depth of history and different cultures and way people did things, that sparked my ideas to say, hey, what about, can't we make some aliens up in here? And then I was like, oh, so I can think about people off Earth. Okay. So then I started looking and researching stuff in space.
Right.
It's just like, ooh, Saturn's really neat. Giggling like a little schoolgirl and giggling before going to sleep like Saturn. Wearing my pink tutu. Anyway.
Yes.
Rest in peace, NASA Cassini mission, where they launched in 2005. It was a 22-year mission. And that satellite, that probe took over 480,000 images, and like it documented Saturn, all 68 of its moons, and it discovered that Titan has lakes of methane and stuff. I was just like, damn, this was in 2005, before and after Katrina hit, right? So I was like, this is still during the developmental period, and so all these things are taking place. I'm just like, Journey of the Shadow. Right. Why not? I said, Journey of the Shadow. We're walking through something with somebody. I'm like, oh, this is an existential story. I'm like, I like it. So somewhere in 2006 and 2007, there was a full manuscript or full draft, right? And, I graduated high school. People are hating on me, and I'm working in, Subway. Eat fresh. When they had Jarrett before he got arrested. It's a different time, right? Yeah, during the GW Bush period. It was an interesting time. Where's Cheney? What's up, Cheney? Rest in peace, Rumsfeld. Where is that guy? I haven't seen, after everything started, I digress, kids. I haven't seen old Dick. Where are you, Dick? Just tell me you're okay. All right. Anyway, fun times back then. So then, long story short, this is when I got into the music era, and got onto the scene and playing with some guys. We had some bands. This is what I was talking about back in March, and did some tours, and people, the people on. I was playing with, they're just like, dude, you need to be in university, either teaching this stuff or whatever. What are you doing out here? I'm like, I'm out here for the music, bro. We're trying to spread the message, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, like it's like this. Come at me, bro. When Come At Me, Bro dropped, I embraced the whole thing. I'm like, come at me, bro. But they were right. It's not that music was the wrong place for me to be. They just saw that I had so many ideas that I could expand upon it, and the music and like going to venues night after night, it wasn't going to allow me to facilitate that. That's what they were saying in the bigger picture. So, and then that was accentuated in what, 2016, after I, this is way after undergraduate, after I got married and divorced. And then I was like, it was like summer of 16, second year of graduate school. And my sister, I'll never forget it. She's like this tall. Okay. All of my big sisters are like this tall, 5'0". Okay. But powerful. It's just in the personality. Right. And then she's holding her 1-year-old son, and she kicks me in the back of the leg. I'm like, you kicked me. What are you going to do? That's your big sister. But why did she kick? She's like, I'm sick of you sitting there just writing that. And you're not going to, and people need to see that. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think that you had the expectation that I was going to publish. Okay, well, let me get right on that. So big sister, she was like, get on it. Once you finish the draft, send it to me. Sent her the initial draft. She said, Stone, you're not writing an academic paper. I was like, she said, you're writing a book. I'm like, yeah, okay. All right. So see, because I'm still learning. Remember, I'm knee deep in academia now. Like I wrote and published research papers, did nerd stuff, and worked at NASA and NOAA, whatever. Right. And so now I'm at the point where I'm saying, well, hey, let's sneak in a little sci-fi story. And it reads like a scientific paper. She's like, stop it. You need to tell a story. I'm like, all right, okay. So then that's my meek voice. You know what I mean? So like I come on the show, be like, yo, what's up, fellas?
But behind the scenes, off the mic, it's a different voice.
But off the mic, I'm just like, hi.
Nice.
Would you like some sandwiches? I've got some ice cold Kool-Aid for you. It's cherry flavor. Anyway, existential, So finally, August 2017, we published Journey to the Shadow Volume 1. And I was like, man, nobody's going to give it. No one's going to care about this. I was dead wrong. People, they latched onto it. I was just like, whoa. And suddenly, before the plague, when you could go to like a table, or you can set up, or you can go to a con, and people would come from like southern parts of the state and be like, bro, I read this. This needs to get animated. This is legit. I'm like, wow, people actually like this. This is pretty neat. I guess we'll keep going. And here we are.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yes.
With Journey of the...
And you're killing it. I mean, you've surpassed your goal. You've unlocked stretch goals. You got 11 days to go. You got 54 backers, right? It's fantastic. And we about 10 months ago we had you on the show, and now you're here's where you are. So tell us about the story. What's the premise?
Oh, bro. Okay. All right. Long time ago. Dream like days. This is modern day Earth, right? On the heels of Volume 1, Commander Sumisu, 19-year-old leader of the supernatural Sanzai warriors, right? They're still leading the charge and trying to suppress the resurrection efforts of an ancient evil called Niyugo. He's trying to, bring himself back to Earth, right? But now we've got a new evil that catches them off guard. Yoro, the tormented one. This guy, he starts putting bodies, like the bodies are starting to build up, right, from dark arts and stuff. And this man right here, that's Commander Sumisu, he starts to doubt his ability, right? Despite all these phenomenal powers and these skills, these gifts, he's 19. My God, there's a lot of weight on this young man's shoulders, for crying out loud. And the knives of doubt are carving into his soul. And that's an abstractionism of like things that took place in 2020, I would say. And now he's got to rely on the strength of all these phenomenal women that you see behind me, because they have different positions, different perceptions, experiences, etc., etc. If he cannot, my friends, darkness will fall upon the universe without mercy. That is Darkness Falls.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Thank you.
That's great pitch Fantastic.
you.
Yeah, we're talking to a pro right here, man.
That's
Congratulations.
right. Show us some more of the campaign days, Timmy.
Oh yeah, there it is. There's me. I'm not wearing the same shirt. See guys, I have a different shirt on. It's the see, yay! Shout out to you, big sister. She said, "Don't wear the same shirt when they show it." I was like, "I'm not." And then I did on one podcast, and she was like, "I told you." I said, "But that was just one show."
Right.
Guys, this campaign is chock full of stuff. I call it fan engineered. And it's God, oh my gosh, look at that Goddess Rosaria calendar by Kat Chan. That is the mother of knowledge. She's the first goddess, first dimensional ruler of the universe, and that's a 16 by 20. You get that when you pledge like Sunside Corporal. We just throw that in there, plus the 8.5 inch by 11 inch 20-page first edition art book. That's what this thing is. Nice. So this is like first generation artwork that was associated with volume 1. And so we throw that in there. But my friends, this is where we dig into the Darkness Falls stuff. My goodness, look at this. I quoted as best girl. She is amazing. First Lieutenant Arlette Salvaterre, third in command of the 31st Devonian military installation that is in geostationary orbit on the southern hemisphere of Saturn, just in case you guys want to go there and visit one day. But so she's a badass lady, but she's got
me doing push-ups.
Bruh, what you talking about?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
What else would you need from me, ma'am? I'm gonna do it right now, ma'am. But she's so sweet. She has this bubbly personality. She's bright. She believes in unicorns and stuff like that. But she's got another side, and that side is what she's kept back, right? Oh no, I'm not the artist. Absolutely not. As it says on the thingy on the image, that's by Shikari. Shikari, he's made his rounds around the community. I'm so proud of that guy.
Speaking of that, so what
wait.
What was the thought process behind sourcing the artist and the look?
Oh man, that's a great question. Okay, so I suppose I'll start by the character design. This, I will shamelessly say that I borrowed some features from Perotis from Record of Lodos War. That is the best chocolate elf, dark elf in history. If you guys don't know what Record of Lodos War is, look it up. And then, but simultaneously, right, I was a big fan of Hideo Kojima, right? Who wasn't a fan of Metal Gear? Yeah. And I loved his style of writing, but in Metal Gear Solid 2, was it Sons of Liberty, when he introduced Fortune, and I was just like, man, she's carrying around a freaking railgun. That's amazing. How strong is this lady? And I was just like, I've got to have a blend of the two. I've got to have the blend of the two. And so all of a sudden, I had this character design in my head because I had the personality there, but I was just like, how does she coalesce? Boom. And then Shikari, he blended it all together. Another artist previous to that, non-sequential artist, that's what you call them, or illustrators. Aya, she did the first render of Arlette and Natalia. And I'm like, ooh, boy, they blew it out of the water. Oh yeah, shout out to my man Freddie in Colombia for the first illustration of Natalia Artemis. But a lot of illustrators stood on the backs of other illustrators and they kind of interpret it. But Shikari is a semi-realism artist. Yeah. So when I sent him, my descriptions, he was just like, oh, like this, and then he just drew them as they were in. This is how Goddess Evelyn and the Shadow Maiden and what you see, this is how they've looked in my head this whole time. Wow. It's kind of frightening, to be honest with you. And I told him that. I was like, how did you do it? He said, you told me. I was like, oh, great.
I'm a genius.
I'm like, I appreciate you. Bigger guns. Pew, pew. Oh, Goddess Rosaria. There she is. This is a lady I was talking about that I had a dream about 22 years ago. This is 2022, y'all. Fantastic. And she's, my gosh, she's phenomenal. She's phenomenal in the story. Her persona, she's such a big element of the story. All of them are, but I would really say that Goddess Rosaria and Lieutenant Arlette are really big components. They're not side characters. They are a part of the story. Like they're intrinsic. Man. But yeah, once you get knee deep into the campaign, you'll start going up and unlocking these posters. Like you get the safe for work and then the not safe for work. And then as you go up even further, we just threw this in here This is by Kat Chan. She's a non-sequential illustrator from Iran. And we just throw in the Shadow Maiden. Look at those eyes. Like, oh my gosh. I love women that frighten me. Just for those interested. And she frightens me, but it's called a fear boner, people. It's called a fear boner. All right.
That's my TVMA.
I'm not ashamed to say it. It's just it's what it is. All right.
Do you think?
Dang it. So you get that.
Yeah, they call them stone for a reason. But
finger guns will be here all night, folks. If you guys want to get everything, we had to restrict this to the United States because shipping is like really stupid internationally. Like I just came back from UPS. I was just like, shipping is what now? I was like, Lord have mercy, baby. Give me my napkin, baby. Lord have mercy. I started patting my face and everything. It was a scene.
Shipping's gone up since we started our first Kickstarter 2 years ago.
It's
like,
insane.
you know, like, okay, like shipping something like just regular in a box, like for UPS, they would charge you $34. Now it's $42. I'm like, bruh, y'all just went up. Y'all tripping. Anywho, we had to restrict it to the United States. But the Sons Eye Commander tier, you get everything. There's 10 posters, 4 books, all kinds of. It's just goodies. Yeah, but if you don't want the posters, we got the 5x7 high resolution prints. Same company, printing company I work with that does this phenomenal print artwork. The backer gold. This is the first one we hit. The other ones I said were a little ambitious, but from now on, here on out, everyone's getting a free. You get a free bookmark, and you get a free bookmark. 2x6 bookmark.
All right, go do your thing, Oprah.
This is my gosh. This is Goddess Evelyn, the mother of soul. She can have my soul for the low price of absolutely free.
I mean, number one, the quality of talent that you were able to source is fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you so very much.
And I think it adds to the intrigue of this. It just complements the title itself, because the title's pretty alluring as it is. And then you have this top tier talent that's working on it. That's pretty dope.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so very much. Man, I'm really humbled by you guys. Thank you so very much for your courtesy.
No, this is awesome, brother. How many pages is the book, Stone?
Oh, that's a great question. If you want to leave it on there for Mercenary Tatiana,
sure.
Yeah, just for like 10 seconds. The Darkness Falls. Okay, it wasn't like this time last year. It was 100,000 words. Okay, now it's 175,000 words. Not sorry. It's thick like a bowl of oatmeal. All right, so probably 630 pages, something like that. So it's like about twice as big as volume 1. I always tell people volume 1 will be the smallest chapter. There is so much Journey of the Shadow that people can sink their teeth into. And Darkness Falls, you go knee deep into it. And I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on it. So yeah, about 175,000 words, 600 plus pages.
Wow.
And it is my goodness. It's fun. It's a fun ride. Not a spoiler, but Deftones. All right, Deftones kids at home. When they released their album, self-titled album in May 2003, Deftones Minerva. All right, that's a key indicator as to why I wrote the cliffhanger at the end of the book. Why I did. Okay, so don't send me DMs being like, "What did you do? What did you do?" I'm like, I told you on Catch the Cray show. Should have been listening. Better preach.
You better ask somebody.
But anyway, we set this lofty goal here. If we hit 100 backers, people will get this 4x6 print for free. You can keep scrolling, brother. And that is by Aya. This is by the artist Sofa. He's a Brazilian artist, and he was just like, "What do you think we should do now?" I was like, "Bro, we need to have like a slice of life, something for Arlette." I said, "This is Chocolate Angel," and he said, "Well, what are you thinking?" I said, "Bro, she's on a planet. There's a ring system. Think about like spaceships and like futuristic buildings, and there's like flowers and stuff." And he said, "Okay, just give me a little time." I said, no, take your time. And he came back. He was like, "Is this what you're talking about?" I'm just like, "Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You marvelous son of a gun."
Fantastic.
And Sofa, shout out to you, brother.
Amazing.
And he blew it away. I call this Arlette's day off. If we hit 150 backers, then people will get that as a 5x7 for free. But this is brand new work, my friends. 2 weeks ago, I got this from Aya. And she was like, she said, "Is this okay?" I'm like, "What do you mean? What do you mean is this okay?" I said, "Look at it. She's like the glowing under her hair. That's like superheated gases that makes her hair like illuminated. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Damn. And the look she's got, like I love how she kept her eyes and she made them glow. But the biggest part about it was it's not just a chrome suit or we got constellations all over her body, but the fact that she's holding and actively feeding supermassive black hole, a quasi-stellar radio source. I was just like, Io, you were tickling every, science ball that I have. I'm like, God, it's so good.
You have a lot of amazing artwork.
Incredible, dude. This is incredible stuff, man. Incredible stuff.
I mean,
look at this. Amazing. Bro.
That is crazy. This is straight out of Playboy magazine. It's just
straight out that. That's what me and Shikari said. We were just like, ooh, that looks great. Let's try it. Because we didn't sleep. We didn't sleep, particularly on Goddess Evelyn, Goddess Rosaria. And he was just like, well, what do you think a good lingerie set? I was like, something white and lace. And he was like, okay,
that's
And oh, yeah, by the way, I probably said last show, but Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit is a fan of Elite Mercenary Tatiana or Division. Because one day, I'll make a real show one day. On
did it for the nookie.
I did all for the nookie. And this is and this is like when the song dropped at that time, right? And then I was just like, she had me feeling bad. Well, she had me feeling good. It's kind of sad. I'm the laughing stock of the neighborhood. And then we did that. We moved on. But I was like I said, but the head not. And maybe I should give her a break. Okay. So I tagged Fred Durst and I tagged this art, or was it the art from Freddie? I think one of the illustrators. And I said, Mercenary Tatiana's persona was largely based upon the song Nookie. And Fred was like, that's pretty cool. He said, no. He said, that's really cool. I'm digging it. I'm like, thanks, Fred. And that's how Fred was so cool. I'm sorry, I missed that comment.
Yeah, so basically, Gilly is not asking for the number, but I'm guessing the budget for this quality of work must be really high.
Oh, it's higher than like your stoners in in Aurora, Colorado. Like it's higher than it's higher than what they were doing in Tony Montana. You know what I mean?
It's high.
All right, so we're down to the last couple minutes because we have another guest coming up. So give us a pitch. Why this book? I'm going to put the camera on you. We get rid of this script. It's all you right now. Stop screen. I'm going to give you the spotlight. Do your thing. Sell it.
My friends, Journey of the Shadow Darkness Falls is just a culmination of ideas and particularly abstractionisms of things that I've walked through in life. And the story of Darkness Falls is of triumph. And no matter where you are in the galaxy, no matter what sort of skills or talents that you possess, nobody is exempt from adversity. But if you come together, nobody has a weakness. Everyone has an opportunity, and you can overcome any obstacle. That is the underlying overarching theme, behind Journey of the Shadow Darkness Falls. Thank you for your for appreciating this project and showing your enthusiasm and such generosity towards it. It's blowing me away. So thank you guys. And trust me, there's a whole lot more Journey of the Shadow coming after this.
Love it.
Outstanding. Thank you, Stone.
You're the man, man.
We could be talking to you forever, but we have another guest coming on. You're a fantastic guest.
But we're going to have to do like a series of conversations with Stone.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
There's so many layers.
And for those who haven't seen the first episode, we talk more about your background and your work with Nas. Like, we go in and we're going to keep having you on the show. Stone, thank you so much for coming on, my brother. You're welcome anytime. Anytime.
Thank you guys for having me. You guys always helping me. Much respect. One love, guys.
Again, congratulations on the success of your campaign. I can't wait to see how you finish off.
That's right.
Thanks, my man. Take care, guys.
Take care.
Got it. All right, so that was Stone Abdullah. This is Catch the Craze. I'm your boy. So join us in the next 5 minutes. We'll be live with another special indie creator in 3 minutes with another indie creator. So 8 o'clock hour. Thank you, Nita. Peace out. I'm Sam, the Crazy Man Vera.
George Latino Medina. Peace.
And we are. It's just easy. It does not.
Crazy. Acquiesce.
No, it's talking about my friend Acquiesce. I met Say my name. Say my name. Right? This is what you were thinking? Oh, my. He described me. He said, I'm the idiot.
What? Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. Catch the Craze. You are listening to Catch the Craze. Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze.
Candy girl.